Care Rebel, care very much about his health, care very much about the health of our other dog, Scotchy. You care about your dog, your cat. And as you, in the new year, try to like better yourself, better your health, eat better, all that sort of stuff, the lead dog, George Perenni, Dogs and Cats Rule, thinks, and I agree with him, you should be doing the same for your pet. It's almost a sure thing that your dog or cat could be eating better. Maybe there's a supplement that could help them, any of those things. And Dogs and Cats Rule is where you want to go. I would say two big reasons. First of all, the products they carry at the 7 stores. High-end products in terms of pet nutrition, dog food, cat food, and supplements. So you're getting the best quality stuff, a lot of local stuff as well. And the second thing is the staff at Dogs and Cats Rule. Buying those sorts of things for your pets can be confusing. Before I knew about Dogs and Cats Rule, I would just Google it, and you come up with 700 different answers. And it's so rare that at a pet store, you can trust the staff to give you those answers. Well, they're educated and they know, they're patient, they'll take the time with you, and they will make sure that you are getting the best for your dog and cat. And it's not just nutrition and supplements, it's treats and toys and leashes and harnesses, whatever you need. There's 7 locations. 5 in Pennsylvania, Newtown, Doylestown, Maple Glen, New Hope, and Bluebell. 2 in New Jersey, Pennington and Princeton. If you want the exact locations, what I want you to do is go to dogsandcatsrule.pet. Shop small, shop local, shop family.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
At this point, Jack Dell figures he might as well whip it out. The big deal reveal at Dell Toyota. And trust me, when Jack puts it on the table, it's bigger, better, and absolutely unbeatable. Save thousands at Dell Toyota with over 300 trucks and SUVs available for immediate delivery. And with the Dell Vehicle Exchange Program, you can get out of your current car or truck and slip into a new one. All while keeping your payments the same, or maybe even make them less. Right now at Dell Toyota, you can buy with no money down and 0% financing every day. Dell Toyota is close. Only 8 minutes west of Exton on Route 30 in Thorndale. Or visit them online at DellToyota.com. If you're worried you're going to pay too much for your next car, you don't know Jack. Se habla español.
Jack, sell them for less.
Wing Pull, Wing Pull, Wing Pull! Club Risque brings you Wing Pull 25. Friday, February 7th. Doors open at 8 a.m. A wing eating contest, thousands in cash prizes, plenty of madness, and the lovely ladies of Club Risque, 1700 South Columbus Boulevard, Philly.
Hey, Joe DeCamera here. Isn't it finally time to invest in yourself? Well, start at PI Dental Center. With the latest in digital technology to state-of-the-art treatment, PI Dental Center is a full-service practice. 2 board-certified specialists, Dr. Glenn Wolfinger and Dr. Robert Slough, are originators of the Teeth in a Day protocol, a revolutionary treatment that delivers fixed teeth on the same day as the implants are placed. Hey, I've been a patient of PI Dental for over 20 years, and now is the time for you to invest in yourself. Visit PIDentalCenter.com to request your new patient evaluation.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay on any line. Plus Price Lock, we won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
In the time it takes you to actually board that flight from Group 8,
now boarding Premier Altitude Elite Club members.
You could have bought a Hyundai on Amazon. Yes, that Amazon, where you buy everything else.
Mid-tier Altitude Elite. Feel free to board now.
So while you're waiting for them to make up new boarding groups, you can order your dream car and the dealer will have it ready in no time.
Now boarding groups 1 through 7.
Oh, so close. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. Limited availability, pickup through participating Hyundai dealer in select markets.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
What's up, football fans? BetMGM is giving you the chance to win up to $250,000 in bonus bets. It's all part of BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot, where you could be able to split the grand prize with anyone else who bet on the longest touchdown of the week. It's easy to get started. Log into your BetMGM account today and opt into the promo. Then place an anytime touchdown wager of $10 or more on the player of your choice, up to 1 player per game. If your player scores the longest touchdown of the week, you'll win a share of the $250K. BetMGM lets you go all the way with the longest touchdown jackpot. Make your bets and join the fun with the sportsbook born in Vegas. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. Pennsylvania only. BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot subject to rules. See BetMGM.com. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are unrestricted reward bonus dollars that expire in 7 days. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Zach Gelb with an Odyssey Sports Minute. On Friday night, with a little over 3 minutes left and a spot in the national championship game on the line on 2nd and goal from the 1, Steve Sarkisian elected to line up his QB Quinn Ewers at the 6-yard line and then have him pitch the ball to his running back Quintravion Wisner, who was 3 yards behind Ewers. The play ended up losing 7 yards. It was an awful play call, and how Sark didn't call a QB sneak or an I formation run on 2nd and goal from the 1 showed he panicked, and it's still something I can't comprehend. I'm Zach Gelb.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Live from the Tasty Cake Studios. Sports Radio 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station. This is the Brandon Graham Show. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Pete's. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
All right, it is the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. It is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. I'm Spike Eskin along with Eliot Shorr-Parks and the man, Brandon Graham. A playoff win gets a very loud E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles, I believe. So here we go. E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles. That's a good one. That's a good one. So how you feeling, man? Big win?
Man, that was a big win, man.
Yeah?
You know how hard it is to play in this league?
Yep.
And win in this league at that. So
those guys get paid too. That's what I heard.
They get paid too.
Yep.
And they was trying to win. They came out ready, and, we had to go play.
I thought it's really interesting to play the Packers the very first game of the year and then have them all the way here toward the end and see the differences in the Eagles. And from a defensive standpoint, it almost feels like a different season with the growth of the Eagles defense. And thinking back to that first game where Jacobs broke so many tackles and so many big runs, and now the calling card for the Eagles is we tackle well and we swarm the ball and we're tough. What do you attribute that giant change through one season to?
I think it's because of just blocking out the noise. We got Vic, who emphasizes things on what not to do. We can't have missed tackles out there, or they're gonna get yards at the contact, and those the little leaky yards that you see that get away from us, and that's why field position is so important. You got to get people on the ground, and I just credit that to Vic and him preaching it all the time. Coach Sirianni with his little details that he talk about, and us believing in it, staying with it even when it wasn't happening for us early on.
So let's just cut to the chase. The defense was unbelievable yesterday. I mean, one of the best defensive performances I can remember seeing, certainly in the playoffs when you factor in the opponent, right? So just what was your view of it? Like, why were you guys able to be so dominant?
I just think it's great energy on the sideline. A lot of guys just communicating, everybody playing together. It's not perfect, but we out there trying to be problem solvers. And on the sideline, after every series, everybody's talking, everybody's communicating, everybody talking about what they saw. and we know what we got to do in situations where we got to get a stop here. This will be a big stop. Hey, y'all, make sure you details. They're gonna still run the ball. They're gonna still just little things that you might have forgot during the week that you gotta have go through a little checklist of reminders. And man, I think they're doing a good job.
Who are some of the best problem solvers on the team when you guys are in those meetings on the sideline figuring it out? Who really impresses you from their ability to solve problems?
Well, Zach Bond, I'm gonna go with him because that's who I talk to a lot. I mean, even Sweaty, Nolan
Already
jumped in
Nolan.
there. I'm telling you, Nolan knows his plays. He's always dialed in, always focused. And I just know that for us, I just love seeing like who gonna be that guy. I mean, JC for sure too. He's somebody who's smart, who knows what's certain stuff coming, and they get to communicating. That's why I tell them, like, it's y'all team, man. Go out there and play free, and whatever you see, you tell somebody, because we all on the same page. We'll be rallying to the same thing. So I'm excited, man, because we have grown so much already from the first game to the last one, and now everything's starting to come together. We still got some stuff to work on.
On the defensive line, it really does seem like it's somebody every game who shines. It's like, sometimes with the defensive line, there's one or two guys that you always expect to be the guys. But, I mentioned that how wrong I was about Nolan Smith. If you had told me that Nolan Smith would have been the standout player on the defensive line yesterday back in week 1, I would have told you were crazy. His journey from where he was to where he is, how do you get from point A to point B in one season the way that it seems like he's done that?
I think it's just his belief system and what we're doing, his belief in himself, working one day at a time, listening sometimes to what you said. Oh man, he can't do it, and motivating yourself to use that as motivation, because the only person that believes is him. And I know that it was a self-evaluation on top of people that's in this corner, telling them, pumping them up, encouraging them. Myself, just trying to make sure I spread the love, let them know that I've been through that. Only thing that didn't happen to you was you didn't go through injury like I did early on. But you can change all that by how you work, and just keep working, and it's gonna start happening. And man, if I couldn't, it couldn't have happened so quicker. After the conversation, it's just, I'm proud of him, man. He ain't done yet. He got so much opportunity, and man, he just only scratching the surface right now.
I think the best thing to me was he's clearly a fast. He's a speedy guy, but to see him basically muscle an offensive lineman yesterday and bully him, I'm just like, I'm blown away by that guy by watching him yesterday.
Well, I'm glad, man, and he ain't done nothing. I hope he ain't listening.
I mean, I don't believe it all. He's too small.
Yeah, I know. Keep it going, man. We ain't done nothing yet. Like I say every week, we ain't done nothing yet. We just working every day, and I'm loving that we got to win this week.
So early on in the game yesterday, Oren Burks makes that big play for the forced fumble. Then Nolan has a big run stop. He gets a sack. Felt like you guys really jumped on them early, obviously offensively, but defensively as well. At what point of the game did you feel, okay, like we're really clicking today and we have a good read on what they're doing?
Well, I think when Zach got his pick, got the interception, it was like, oh yeah, we cooking right now. Come on, y'all. All we had to do, was get points and stuff like that. But I understand it was defense winning championships, and I'm just so happy that we playing at a high level. I know the offense gonna do what they do. They're gonna start clicking, but that's why it's a team thing. Special teams stepped up in a big way. Defense stepped up in a big way, and the offense did exactly what they needed to help us win that game.
What's the feeling like as a player? Because the link was crazy yesterday. I mean, right from the jump. I didn't think there was any nervous tension or anything. I was surprised. They would just jump right into it. What's it like as a player when the crowd's behind you and you're dominating? Is it just a feeling of, okay, who's going to make the next play?
Well, you got to make sure you catch your breath, because, boy, sometimes that extra energy, it takes the breath away for real. And, man, you over there trying to recover. And just like if you take a pick six to the house, and then everybody hitting you in your head.
You need the air.
I mean, you just need some air. And then you don't even realize kickoff started already, and now you about to have to go back out there. So you got to make sure that you play it cool, play it calm, and And yeah, because when you're doing all the dancing, you running and you going crazy, you just exerting all that energy that you're gonna need later on down the line, and that's why you're gonna be asleep after the game.
Philly crowds are, and I don't think it's just the Eagles. I think the Phillies have seen it as well, and even the Sixers. When things are going well and that energy is incredible, when things go bad, it almost feels like, from a fan perspective, I could imagine it almost being a tough place to play when things aren't going well.
Oh yeah, at home?
Yeah.
Ooh, yes it is. Yes it is. You're gonna hear so much in the background, boy. You're gonna hear all that noise. I mean, definitely you're gonna be just trying to get out of there and get in your car and get up out of there if you don't get the win. But we don't worry about it. We just try to stay together during them times. I mean, you really do see how together your team is when things are bad, and I love that how we respond when stuff ain't going so good. And it ain't never perfect, but I know that for the most part, majority, just want to make sure that we all out there, we get out there healthy, and we doing everything we can to help us win the game.
You mentioned solving problems on the sideline. Didn't seem like the Packers early on created much problems for you. Throughout the week, could you feel a performance like this coming? And did it seem like you guys had a good read on what they wanted to do?
I felt good about it. I really did. Sitting in those meetings and seeing what Vic was explaining on what was how they was going to attack us, and this is what we need to do. And then looking over the film, even though I didn't see the practice, I would see the film and see that everybody was where they're supposed to be. And sometimes you might have missed assignments, but that's the part of the growth process of like what you have to do the first day. Wednesday, those are the days to make the mistakes. Thursday, tighten it up a little bit, but you're still open to make a couple mistakes. And then Friday, it's the cleanup day. You should have everything detailed a little bit more. And then Saturday, hey, you better not make no mental, because it's for you to be perfect that day.
What's Vic like in meetings throughout the week? When he meets with us with the media, he's brutally honest, and he's very short. His answers are short and to the point. What's he like with you guys as you guys prepare for an opponent?
It's the same thing. What you see is what you get with him. But it's cool to see him smile a little more. But he stays.
You guys loosened him up a little.
Hey, you better.
Yeah.
Because in this league, man, I mean, you got to have a player coach like relationship, and I think Vic has definitely has built that. And man, it just took him and just like us to just keep poking, and like he got us to do what we want, what he want us to do, and then now we got him to lighten up in some meetings.
I'd imagine you were a big part of that. You strike me as someone that didn't just sit back there.
I'm definitely gonna sit back and have fun, but in private, you try to say what's up, what up, coach. You had them conversations, and then you start to get to know them. Then another thing, you see people around their family is different. Like,
really?
Now you can kind of get them looser. You know what I'm saying? So that I think that's when I seen him and his wife together, I think that helped even more. And then that's just the time that you spend with people. You spend that time with people, and man, that's when I kind of felt like we broke the ice even more.
You have to be proud that coming into this year, everyone thought that this would be a team that would be, I guess, sort of identified as a high-scoring team, and we were hoping maybe the defense would be like pretty good.
Yeah.
And now the defining characteristic of this team is that it is a tough defensive team. And it's just not what anybody expected. You have to be proud of that growth.
Yeah. Oh, man, proud of it, because it didn't start so good. And we had the bye week at the right time. I just look at it like 2-2. Everybody talking. They don't know what's gonna come of it. But then we come back and then we go on this run. And then, I felt like it wasn't no flinch in that. Everybody just came back to work, excited to get a break, and then we was back to work, and everything just started happening. Even turnovers when we wasn't getting them. Everything now is just popping up, and I feel like the offense gonna click at the right time. Defense gonna stay on it, and special teams coming up big in those moments yesterday. Hey man, we got to keep it up. We can't be full of ourselves. We got to make sure that we stay hungry like we doing, and can't buy into what people talking about.
This seems like it was one of the most productive bye weeks in franchise history. Like on offense, they talk about how much got done.
The whole team.
Yeah,
feels
exactly.
like
It's like every time anything's positive, someone brings up this bye week. So what do you think it was when you've been a part of a lot of bye weeks now in your career? What do you think it was about this year specifically, maybe this group of players, that you guys attacked this week off in what seems like a bit of a unique way? Correct me if I'm wrong, but.
Well, I just knew that we had a tough training camp. And going into them first 4 games, then a tough first game because we had to go to Brazil. Brazil was fun.
Not a short flight.
But it was fun because of the experience.
Right.
But it was more like it was, man, the whole travel thing, the whole being over there. I mean, we really couldn't do much but be in the hotel.
I had a middle seat both ways, but so I feel you.
It was almost like we went off to camp for like a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we went to Brazil, but it was cool. I enjoyed it, but it was a lot starting off on the season. And so at that one point where we had that bye week, I felt that was like a re-energizer for us, and everybody just got focused and was ready to go on this run. And what the whole point was to try to get us a first round bye on that. I felt like that was the whole motivation to make sure that we put ourselves in a position to get a bye week. And we ended up getting one, but it wasn't the first round bye. But it's cool because I felt like last week was a well needed one.
I don't know if you noticed this, but Eliot, who got a free trip to Brazil, was just complaining that he had a middle seat.
Well, I'm just saying the travel was hard.
Like if he was your side, you're much bigger than him.
See, we can speak about the experience. Spike was back here, so when you talk about the travel of the season, me and BG know that bye week came at a good time because then we had New Orleans, we had Tampa, had to go out both those places, so it was
middle
hard.
seat too.
Well, all right. So let me ask you this: my wife came on the trip, right? Do you think so? I sat in the middle as a nice gesture both times. Do you think on either side she should have been like, "I'll take this one"?
No.
That's how I think, right?
Well, yeah.
Right.
Hold on. It's like, hold on. You say if she took the window seat and you took the middle.
Exactly, both ways. So the issue when you travel with your wife is your seats are together. So I had to sit in the middle both ways. Like, what should I have forced the window on one side? What do you think?
Man, it's
a long flight too.
I feel like you come in the middle somewhere. She understands. I mean, and you bigger than her too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
baby. Go ahead and get that.
Right.
middle
No.
All right.
First of all, you gotta be. You don't know who you're sitting or next to, though. It could be anybody.
I don't know who I'm sitting next to.
I'm gonna look at that first. I am gonna look at that.
Right.
Because I'm gonna sit there first, but then I might text and say, "Hey, you want this middle seat?"
Yeah, because what if the person on the other side is a better looking guy than Eliot?
Well,
you
that's
don't want
unlikely.
to.
That's unlikely.
Yeah, let me get that middle seat, baby. Let me get over there.
I just said to her, like, so I'm curious. Do you feel like you feel like switching seats or?
Yeah, nah, for real. Nah, but
no, it was a lot of travel at the beginning of the year for sure. Though.
Yeah, that flight was what, 9 hours?
Yeah,
9 hours. Yeah, it was so middle seat. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
So, what did you think? What went through your head when Saquon slid on the final run?
Happy to get the win.
Really?
But I thought he was going to the goal line.
So did I too. I was
it's
at
all
home.
good.
Yep.
It's all good. I understood. That's what we preach all the time. Know my situation. You get the first down, you get down, and that's on the teach tape. That's right there. Selfless. That's great, man. Selfless, and so I can't. Hey, that was great. That was great on his part.
Saquon seems like a great teammate.
Man, tell you, we got some good dudes, and I'm loving that we got another week together. So we got to go make sure we take care of this week, and then let's try to get another.
He was really hyping the defense up after the game, talking about the swagger you guys are playing with, the job that Vic is doing. What's it like to have the offensive players? You guys have a ton of stars on your side as well, but on that offensive side, AJ, Devontae, Saquon, Jalen, like, what's it like to have those guys hype you up?
Oh man, it's so cool because we watch them work, and they watching us, and we get that excitement when they score touchdowns and go out there and make big blocks on offense with the O-line, and it's just an encouragement thing. Like it's just one of those things where you just sitting back, like, man, I see this guy working. I'm loving that everything that he worked so hard for is showing up out here for him, and it's gonna only motivate him to stay working. And man, it's a great feeling when you get an offensive player coming to you, especially because they might not know too much of what you do,
right?
As far as all the little things, but man, it's such a great great feeling when you got encouragement by your teammates.
Is when you're watching when I'm watching the game and you guys get the 3 turnovers and we're only up 10-0, I'm thinking to myself, we should be up more here.
Mhm.
Do you guys feel that too?
It ain't no scoreboard we're looking at for real. We just more like, let's just keep putting the offense in a good position. They gonna get going. You gotta really fight against talking that negative out there, because then they start getting bad.
Right.
I mean, I've been a part of it. I've said some things at times in my career where it's like, nah, man, I ain't gonna do that, because it got real bad, and we could have did something about it if we just wasn't talking bad, because it's like this stuff. It is what it is. It happened. All right, let's go do something. Let's go get a stop. Let's go get another spark. Orange started the game, but then we go up 10-0 real quick. Then it kind of stalled for a second. We like, hey, y'all, we got to get it. And, of course, you feel it, but we just like, hey, let's just keep on. Let's keep working. But you can't talk negative with that. You got to speak that positive into existence. It don't matter what happened. If they can't score no more, they don't win. And that's how you look at it on defense. And that's us talking on defense while we out there. So, yeah, man, you can't look at the scoreboard. You just got to keep playing.
It sounds like it was positive on the sideline, but I at least want to ask, this is the first playoff game this specific group has been through together.
Yep.
When it was tense, or even early on in the locker room, pregame, halftime, just as someone that's been in a lot of playoff games, what was your thought on how this group handled their first playoff game together?
I thought they did great, especially when it stalled for a second, where we wasn't getting points and we had to make another stop, or we had to, or they got in the red zone, they got the 3 points. He missed one too, didn't he? Yeah,
he missed an extra point.
Oh, extra point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah.
No. He missed the field goal. It was a field goal because I think the offense came on after that. Right.
Oh, the Packers guy.
The Packers.
I thought you were talking about Jake Elliott.
No,
Jake Elliott. Brandon McManus.
I was just saying, like, they went down the field and then ended up getting the field goal, but I know they missed one. Then you just want to stay stopping them. No touchdowns, no scoring, and I think that the guys handled themselves well, man. They really did. They really handled themselves well, and it's only gonna get better.
All right, we'll take a break. Wave to everybody on YouTube. Everybody watching on YouTube, listen on 94 WIP. We'll be back with more with Eliot and Brandon Graham. This is the Brandon Graham Show from Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly. It is brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
Look at this pro football total. I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. Los Angeles and Minnesota face off in Arizona for their playoff game tonight. The BetQL model is eyeing the total. BetQL has under 47.5 as a 5-star best bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
PNC Private Bank knows that anything can happen on the gridiron, and being prepared goes a long way. It's not so different with your wealth. Having a dedicated local team of specialized advisors who take a calculated, disciplined approach to managing your wealth leads to a lot of wins. The PNC Private Bank team knows that just like in football, that kind of preparation is good for your financial game. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. It's time for intelligent design, plus exciting performance. Get a new vehicle you'll love. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
At Mainline Health, heart care is heartfelt. We listen, we treat, we innovate. So when you want more heart care options, turn to the place where human care happens.
Team, I'll be real with you. Time isn't on our side. The Super Bowl is only getting closer.
So I'm asking you all, what's it gonna be? Are you gonna do the same old? Or are you gonna step it up this year? Who's going to the Verizon Super Bowl Fan Fest at Lincoln Financial Field? Are you gonna join us for a Super Bowl experience like no other? Get exclusive access to the stadium where your favorite players make history. Catch the game while hanging out with the league's most legendary players, all while enjoying live music and crushing game day bites. The Super Bowl only comes once a year. Verizon Super Bowl Fan Fest. You in?
Tickets are limited. Don't miss out. Visit your local Verizon store and find out about free tickets today. Must be 18 years or older or accompanied by parent or legal guardian to attend. Terms apply. See VerizonFanFest.com for details.
Hey, Joe DeCamera here to tell you why Family and Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey is South Jersey's diamond destination and your trusted jeweler for quality, service, and price. You can choose from the largest selection of engagement rings in the area, or you can have their master jewelers create a custom one-of-a-kind ring just for your special day. Visit their showroom or shop online at familyjewelers.com. That's familyjewelers.com. Family and Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Down to 25 overnight tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 32.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
The pro football playoff season is here, and there's one place to be, the BetQL Network presented by BetMGM.
Your home for wagertainment, giving you the sharpest insights and bringing an expert guest analysis.
From point spreads to props, live betting to futures, BetQL has you covered every step of the way with wall-to-wall coverage on the road to the championship in New Orleans.
Listen live on the BetQL Network presented by BetMGM on the free Odyssey app and twitch.tv/BetQL or YouTube at Odyssey Sports.
Back to the Brandon Graham Show, brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Beats on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It's the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. I'm Spike Eskin, along with Eliot Shorr-Parks and Brandon Graham, BG. The Brandon Graham Show brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. So the one bad thing to happen yesterday was Nakobe Dean. Tough injury. Going to lose Nakobe for the playoffs, maybe part of next year as well. I guess a two-part question. The first one just about Nakobe himself and how good he was this year after he had a journey as well to getting there.
Yes.
Can you just talk about, I hate asking a question that way, but talk about his evolution into the player he became this year?
Well, he hit adversity early. And, I know he's been dealing with injuries and stuff like that. But, man, he can play. You see how detailed he be in the meetings. You see him taking his job real serious out there on the field, being a leader, already stepping up to the plate as far as breaking down the huddle, just the way he go about his business. And, man, real good teammate, man. You hate to see him go down like that because he definitely has been working against the odds of, oh, man, is Nakobe going to be this? Is he going to be that? And as you can see, he tough. That boy go out there and he, fast. Once he sees the play, he go get it. He's not second-guessing himself. You see him running. He always popping up on tape. And we're going to miss him this year on this run. But I know the team definitely going to go out there and play for him. And we're going to go out there and try to win for him too.
I did the Players Lounge with Nakobe for a full season. I think it was his rookie year. And it surprised me as a rookie how much he talked about watching tape.
Mhm.
And how Nick talked about him today earlier and said he's so good at diagnosing the play before the snap. What do you see from your perspective of his football IQ, but also how rare is it for a young player to be that focused on tape like right away?
Well, it is rare to be as focused as he is, but he know whoever he came up with, the coach that he probably talked to, the people that he got to meet on the way before he got to the NFL, they always probably told him, tape, man, make sure you're watching the tape, because if you can play fast and show that speed, that's the man that you already ahead. Because man, if you fast and can't and don't know what's going on, no matter how fast you is, you always gonna be second guessing or one step behind. And yeah, I think that Nakobe for sure is somebody that we gonna miss. And it's not for Oren. It's now time for Oren to step it up. I mean, loving to see the next man up mentality. That's all this is, and I'm sure Nakobe gonna be saying the same thing, pouring into Oren, pouring into whoever else is gonna Trot and all them. I just know that stuff happened for a reason, and I think it's time for Oren to step it up, and I think he's gonna do a great job of that. Him and Zach together, and Jeremiah try to get some playoff action in there
Trot
too.
Jr.
Yeah, yep. So
was talking to Ike about Nakobe's responsibility in terms of calling out the defensive alignments and things like that. Does that move to Zach now, or does that end up being Oren, or how does the team handle that part
it could
of
be
it?
either one, because they practice with everybody. Zach being it, Oren being it, and I mean sometimes Trot just always listen. No, Trot never had it, but I think Trot just listen to what's the call on the sideline because he can hear it through the helmet. But I know for sure we got the people to do it, even if it's Zach or Oren, because they both capable.
Is it hard to have the guy with the green dot change, or is it a pretty seamless transition?
It's hard if they never had it in their ear.
Okay.
But it's not like they talking while you playing. But it's just you got to make sure you hear stuff. Sometimes it be loud in there, and especially you being on defense, you got to make sure you hear the whole call and make sure you get the check just in case, because sometimes a timeout might happen, or say he was going to do a call, then the timeout happened there. They come out with another personnel, and then you didn't get the call in your helmet, and that could happen sometimes too. But yeah, it's I feel like it'll be something that we'll be able to transition well on.
Oren Burks hasn't played a ton this year. You've got to see him more than we have. Just what have your impressions of him been as a player, as a person in the locker room? He seems like a great leader. Seems he's been in winning teams before, but just as a player, what are your thoughts on him?
As a player, he has been somebody who's out there giving great looks, works his butt off. It's no surprise that he's out there making plays on special teams and embracing his chance whenever he get a chance to go out there and touch that field. Every time he goes out there, he's always on one. And man, it's just us that I could just see his face now smiling, going out there, just wanting to be able to perform for the guys. And that's all. That's how I look at it with him. He just want to go out there and do what he got to do for his family, but happy to be out there to help the guys and hope to make some highlight plays like he did, boy, because that was
Set the tone.
I mean, man, it was already electric in there already, but then he just blew it up.
And then a touchdown 2 plays later.
Two plays later. That roar when Jalen threw that touchdown, boy. But yeah, that roar when he hit that boy, it was I ain't never seen nobody fold like that in a while. I mean, that's something you dream about. As soon as you hit him, the ball. Fumble.
Yep.
It was like, oh yeah, it was.
And Trot Jr. fighting for it at the bottom of the pile too,
because they had it. They had it. He fought for that one.
Yeah.
So that just let you know right there, just how much everybody want to fight for the team, man. Because we know it takes everybody, and those little things like that, coming up with the play, coming up with it. Because remember when we hit Turbin when we was down there in Dallas, and we didn't come up with that, but we lost that game. But that was a momentum. That was a momentum shift. It could have been, but we came up with the ball. So that's the difference, man. When you making plays like that, you got to come up with the turnover. You got to come up with the play, and you can't let those little plays slip. because next thing you know, they go down there and score when we could have had a chance to go out there and stop them. You know, but I feel good, man. I feel good where we at. Feel good about Oren. I feel good about the guys behind Awi for sure. They put together a great team, and now we using everybody.
You mentioned the fumble that Oren caused. I'm sure you've been at the bottom of many piles fighting for a football. How tough is that? And what is the dirtiest thing you've ever done to another player to get that ball?
Well, people out there tickling people and doing all that stuff, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to try to get that ball, boy.
Tickling is a weird
that's a weird, that's a weird one. But when you get somebody to hit you under them arms or something, boy, ooh.
So it's an effective strategy.
It is. It's like if you ever see somebody's legs like kids kicking, that's what's going on.
Just find a picture of everyone at the bottom of the pile just giggling.
Oh, man.
Who can hold on to the ball while laughing?
For real.
Yeah.
For real. If somebody on the under the pile, some old lineman, man, be out there just in there to just mess with people. That's it.
Oh, my God. So finally, an interception was coming Quinyon Mitchell's way, and CJGJ didn't come out from somewhere and get it for him. You must have felt good for Quinyon yesterday. Finally get one.
I did. I told him it was gonna happen in a big moment, and that was a big moment right there. It stopped everything, sealed the game, and he gave him one that he needed for sure. Because man, he'd been locking people down, but just could never get his hands on them. To keep it all the way, but I'm happy for him. It's only the beginning for him.
We got away with one on that play maybe too. Zach Bond leveled that guy.
Oh yeah, Zach did good too. But you know what? I trust Q Speed too. That boy is fast and he know what he got to do. He know what he's doing. So I was excited. But Zach did carry him the whole way, and I'm thankful. Hey, that's Zach. That's Zach all day being where he's supposed to be. It don't surprise me because he worked his butt off too. Nobody gave him a chance, but he just stayed working, and he's still doing it. He not even fooled what all has come his way. You see his attitude still the same. We still having fun, still out there bringing the energy, and he got his whole celebration and all that stuff, man. You better enjoy these moments for sure, and I think he's doing a great job doing it.
During the week, Nick talked about how a lot of your young players have played in big college games, and so he wasn't worried about how they would handle this moment. Two questions. One, how'd you think the young guys handled it in their first playoff game? Cooper, I guess Jalen Carter last year was here, but still relatively young. And as someone that went to a big-time program and played in big games, how do NFL playoff games compare to a Michigan, Ohio State, or something like that?
Well, it's just different. It's different. I just say the roar of the crowd is the same because those big moments, man, when you're making plays in big games like this, you hear the roar of the crowd and you love for it to be on your end when they run for you on what y'all done. But man, those guys handled it in the right way because they got the vets on the team to help them. If anything seemed like if we not in a panic, nobody gonna be in a panic. But when the top is in a panic, that's when it all trickle down.
Do you think about that during a game? About making sure you're, keeping your emotion in check because of the other guys looking at you?
Oh yeah. They watching me for sure. They watching how I handle stuff. And you don't want to be the guy people saying, hey man, you see what BG over there doing? He tripping, ain't he?
He's reading a book.
Yeah, he's reading a book.
He's reading a book.
Yeah, you ever read a book on the sideline?
Y'all so silly.
How about this?
Yeah.
If you had to read a book on the sideline, what would the book be?
The one AJ
You know
was
what?
reading? Yeah.
I'll probably be on some 48 Laws of Power trying to make some enemies.
Oh, there you go.
Out there trying to play mind games with the other team.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a player read a book on the sideline?
Nah, man, it's all good. Hey, let me tell you, it's ways, it's different ways people get themselves going for sure.
Yeah.
And I just understand that. Hey, that's what everybody got their own thing they do, and I trust it.
Some people listen to hype up music, other people read books, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, baby. Whatever it is. Let's get it done.
All right, we'll take one final break on the Brandon Graham Show. Come back with more in BG and ESP. We're at Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly. Brandon Graham Show brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
It's 94 WIP's Fight for February. Catch every moment of the journey with exclusive championship coverage.
One game at a time.
Check in with Eagles insiders and live coverage the week of the big game.
There's something special about this team.
The road to the championship starts in South Philly and ends in New Orleans.
It's going to be great.
Sports Radio 94 WIP's Fight for February.
Let's go!
The Piazza Auto Group is proud to have served as the halftime sponsor of the Eagles radio network for over 20 years. As we hope for another championship, it's the perfect time to drive home in the new or certified pre-owned vehicle you've been wanting. The Piazza Auto Group features 18 brands, including Honda, Acura, Mazda, Hyundai, Genesis, Mini, Nissan, Subaru, and Volkswagen. To find the location nearest you or to shop their extensive inventory, visit PiazzaAutogroup.com.
And it's a simple word, but in St. Pete, Clearwater, it's an important one. Here, you can sun on America's favorite beaches and kayak through the shade of mangroves, tee off on a PGA course, and enjoy 5 courses of the finest dining. You could get surreal at the Dali Museum and then keep it real watching the sun melt into the Gulf. In St. Pete, Clearwater, the possibilities go on and on. Your trip begins at visitsbc.com.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay on any line. Plus Price Lock, we won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Know what's below, because even minor excavation projects like installing a mailbox, building a patio, or putting up a fence can do major damage. Contact 811 before you dig, or visit pa1call.org to submit a locate request to have underground utilities marked.
The working families of Black Owned and Labor District Council of Pennsylvania, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia are proud contributors to all aspects of growth in this great city. The Labor District Council provides safe, well-trained, productive workers who enable projects to be done on time and under budget. We appreciate our signatory contractors and their commitment to fairness and equality. Laborers, we're building a better future today.
Brought to you by the Laborers District Council Licit Fund.
Metallica in the round. The M72 World Tour continues. Live from the 50-yard line at Lincoln Financial Field. Metallica. 2 nights, 2 different sets. A no-repeat weekend. Friday, May 23rd. Rollin' with Limp Bizkit. Rolling. And Last Night Kills. Sunday, May 25th. Special guests, those Cowboys from Hell, Pantera. And Suicidal Tendencies. Single-day tickets on sale Friday, January 17th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Metallica in the round and in your face. The M72 World Tour continues, presented by In Kind.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on 2 wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-431-2715. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715.
This is the Brandon Graham Show, brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Pete's, Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It is the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philly, brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. Speaking of Miller Lite, we have somebody, we wanted to recognize somebody very special right now who, without him, there would not be a Brandon Graham Show for the last 9 years. Marty Farrell, our friend Marty over there from Muller. So, Marty from Muller Distributing. Marty has been, I mean, I don't know radio without Marty. Back in the YSP days was always there. And Wing Bowl, yes, Wing Bowl for sure. And Marty is retiring after 40 years. I read this and I couldn't believe it because I can't even imagine doing any of this without Marty. So we wanted to say thank you, Marty, for everything you've done for us, for what you've done for radio, for the BG show, for WIP. And we want everyone to hold up a glass and cheers to Marty, especially a Miller Lite is in that glass. Cheers, Marty. Thank you, Marty. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it going.
We want you to keep working. Yeah, for another few
weeks.
weeks.
To make the announcement.
Yes. Thank you. Marty's a great one, man. Even I mean, I've been in radio in Philly. I'm 48 now for 28 years, and I remember Marty through all of it. So one of the great ones.
It's crazy. You've been doing the BG show. What do you say? 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It's got to make it an even 10, I think, next year. Just
Yeah.
come back. Yeah. Even 10, I think, sounds good.
Hey, that even 10 sounds good.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I know you'd never admit. So the Eagles next Sunday will either play the Minnesota Vikings or the LA Rams. And I know you would never tell me what team the Eagles would rather play. But inside, is there a team? You don't have to tell me the team. But inside, is there a team that you guys would rather play?
No, I mean, I want to go work for it. I feel like we got a shot every week. But I know what you're saying. When you look at who we stack up against better, you look at those things, but really, it don't matter who we play because we're going to have to play one of them. And we just going to be ready for both of them, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the guys go out there because we got such a good team. It's like, who want to see us?
Nah,
You know
yeah.
So we just got to make sure that that's we do our part and give ourselves a chance and not go out there and not play our game and let things slip, which I feel we doing a great job of. And just stay focused. Don't worry about nothing else.
Do you watch a game? Obviously, tonight, 8 o'clock is the game. Do you watch a game differently when you know it's, okay, the winner of this game, we're playing next week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you watch? Or I know it's not game tape, but
When you watching the line play, you watching a bunch of stuff that's happening, just with the toughness of who brung it today, all that stuff, the energy that's being presented out there, and then you're just trying to see who got that will to win,
Mm-hmm.
and you can feel that. I mean, you can see it through the screen, and you kind of know when people mess up and and you see people lose a lot of 50-50 balls. All right, AJ, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all that stuff. So it'd be cool to watch the game different ways. I watch it on the O-line, D-line play, because that's what we see. But you can tell the will of people when you start to see who getting pushed off the line.
You know, it's interesting. You're not talking like you're watching the game as if you won't be playing. And I know you won't be playing next week, but I have to ask because it's, number one question fans always think about.
Yep.
How are you feeling? And as these weeks get further and further away from the injury, I mean, do you feel there's a chance you could play this year?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm working, man.
Yeah?
We working. I look at it like if it can happen, it's gonna happen. If not, don't worry about it either. Because I'm just more about let's get there. Let's make sure we take care of this week. Let's do what we gotta do. That's gonna be here when it comes. But I'm feeling good. I'm doing everything I can to work to make sure if it is a possibility that I'm ready. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna bank on it. It's just more of an opportunity that I might challenge. If you would say that I'm gonna try to challenge myself to get there.
Because I noticed, Nick, he'll put stickers on the visor of guys that are out for the year. I saw a Ben Van Sumeren sticker. I didn't see a BG sticker.
Oh.
So I got a little hope there that maybe, I know the fans would love to see you play.
Man, that's funny. I ain't even peep if he had anything or not.
Yeah.
I know he does have those, but yeah, man, we'll see. It's just more about let's go get this win this week.
Yep.
Because I ain't playing this week.
Did you get a chance? I assume you watched some of the other games this weekend. Wonder if any of the teams impressed you or any players impressed you.
Yeah, you know what? That Bills game was tight until it wasn't. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, man, it's going to be a good one. And then I look at it. I'm like, ooh, the Bills took care of them. And I just think that the Lions for sure got a nice little bye. They're going to be resting. That's a well-needed rest for them. Seeing them get that bye and knowing they at the top seed, you just hoping that you be able to go end up seeing them. Being in my hometown, it's funny because that's all I keep getting is, man, if y'all come up here, it's like, well,
no tickets.
We all got to get it. I know that too, for sure. Because man, them tickets gonna be crazy.
Well, I try to tell people here. Because we have a radio station in Detroit, a sports radio station in Detroit, and I know those guys, that Lions fans are almost the same way that Eagles fans were before we got the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So that is a hungry city for a Super Bowl.
It's on fire right now over there, and just like it is in Philly. And so we got to make sure we continue to keep pushing and may the best team win on every week. And so we got to make sure we deal with this week. Make sure we get where we're supposed to go and do it by putting the work in and put forward our best effort.
What was Nick's message to you guys after the game yesterday? I know he said to the media, no off days today. He said you guys were back at work. What was the message to you guys in the locker room?
It was just more about he was proud of us. Make sure that we enjoy the win, but make sure that we get focused because it's about to be. We about to find out who we playing, and then we got to get on it. And it was just typical. Let's make sure that we don't lose sight of what's important, but enjoy this win. And gave up awards and all that stuff. And yeah, it was just. Hey, we got to keep it the same, and I love it. Keep it the same, and we ain't looking for no days off. We trying to get right, and we trying to make sure that we keep ramping it up and being smart about it. So, yeah, I think Coach doing a great job of just staying his rules of what he said he wanted to do. Mm-hmm.
Well, no matter who you play on Sunday, I want to be here on Monday after a win. It'll be crazy in here. So
let's go, baby.
Let's do it. The Players Lounge is next. Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, and Eliot sticks around for that as well. We will talk to you next week. This has been the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly, brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller